Welcome to another episode of Sacred Reviews. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Tale of the Twin Knights, a short game created using the RPG Maker 2003 engine, and it's classified as a strategy game, though I put that term in air quotes since the game is more about luck than skill. But I guess I'll get to that topic when I discuss the gameplay, but first I'd like to cover the story, graphics, and sound. Story-wise, A Tale of the Twin Knights starts out with two brothers having a discussion with the weaker of the two challenging the stronger in order to improve himself, only for him to be killed on accident. Horrified by what he has done, the more powerful of the two, known as the Invincible Knight, embarks upon a quest to revive his brother from the dead, and from there does battles with the forces of the underworld in order to acquire his brother's soul and a new body. Graphically speaking, the game is rather bare bones, which probably isn't that surprising considering the game's small file size, and how the game builds itself around a set series of battles. Though I'd be lying if I didn't point out that I find the lack of backgrounds rather disappointing. I'd even go so far as to call the animation work rather lackluster as well, but that is a bit easier to overlook. Sound-wise, the game is rather forgettable. So for real, I barely even realized there was background music until I was hit for third-party content for my silent Let's Play of the game because of it. Gameplay-wise, the game is a bit of a mess in my opinion. On one hand, the game is largely luck-based instead of skill-based. The biggest reason for this is that enemies have no pattern to their moves, and in fact choose their moves at random. On the plus side, this means that I can waste certain moves like bulk. On the other hand, it means that you'll die rather frequently in this game on some of the enemies, since you'll have to hope they play into your hands. Another issue is that the game doesn't have any in-game instructions on what your various skills do. Thankfully, the maker of the game did create a manual, but it can only be accessed from online unless you save the image to your computer. Although there is a plus side to the manual besides telling you what the cost of various things are and what the skills do. It also contains an error since it indicates the bulk still raises your attack by 150%, which is incorrect since it actually increases it by 250%. And the final downside is that only skills really worth utilizing are bulk and power attack. With these two abilities combined together, you can easily take down any opponent. Even God himself will fall before this strategy in almost no time. On the positive side of things, the game does require a little skill in order to work out how to build your character in order to complete the game. But once you figure out that, the game is largely a cakewalk, to be honest. Sure, you'll still die a few times during a campaign, but you'll eventually succeed since the opponent doesn't always utilize its abilities effectively. Overall, A Tale of the Twin Knights is an alright game, I guess, but it doesn't maintain your interest for very long once you figure out how to build your character effectively. Which isn't that hard if you take a few seconds to look at the manual and realize the awesome power of the bulk and power attack abilities. About the only other factor to keep in mind after that are your stats for skill points and power.